The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Southeast Polk High School gym as we get set for girls and boys basketball doubleheader on a rare Monday night here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Happy New Year. Mark Hamadale alongside Mike Burkert. And Mike, I saw Jimmy Cataldo earlier in this new year, the Dowling Boys Catholic Classic that they had Friday and Saturday. So I'll wish you a Happy New Year and hope that you and your family had a great and a Merry Christmas too. So welcome, Mike.
Well, thanks, Mark. We did, and I hope that you had a Happy New Year, which you already told me you did, so that's great.
Yeah, it is, and here we are. We're back to high school hoops for the 2025 portion of the year. And what do we have? Overtime here at the Southeast Polk Gym as the JV2s. Dowling coached by good old Tom Donahue as they rallied from being 6 down at one point in the fourth quarter, maybe more, and they have tied it, and we're going to overtime. So we have that going on. So we got a little pregame here before the contest. Talk about the CIML. I got your conference standings. Not a whole lot of games going on tonight. Ames is at Urbandale in a non-conference game. This is a CIML conference game. Actually was moved. Dowling and Southeast Polk, this game was moved from Friday to tonight because of the Catholic Classic. Dowling boys had to open up a Friday night, so Southeast Polk said, okay, we'll move it to Monday. Well, this is the Monday, and it was supposed to be at Dowling. Well, conflicts at Dowling, they moved it here. So long and short of it is it's Dowling and Southeast Polk on a Monday night, replacing last Friday's game. So we're glad to be back. And for the Dowling girls, they've had over 2 weeks off, so they're looking to get back into action.
Yeah, it'll be nice for them to get a chance to play somebody other than themselves since their last game against the team from Minnesota. But this is the time that you've got a couple weeks that you can kind of iron out the little things that you made a list of that you need to work on. Probably worked on some out-of-bounds plays, maybe new, that people haven't seen before and from the film, or kind of fine-tune some things, do some extra shooting. So all those things are good to have over the break.
Absolutely. You've got to, you don't see, there's a lot to get in before you start the season. Season comes right after Thanksgiving, and then there's things you want to get in, but you're preparing for your next opponent, and sometimes you don't have the opportunity to. And a 2-week break comes in handy with working on maybe individual stuff along with putting in some team stuff.
It is. You kind of break down the season into 4 parts. One is really 5, the preseason stuff that you want to work on. Then you have the games before Christmas, and that's where you kind of have the opportunity to kind of see who can play when the lights are on, and maybe work on your rotation, see who plays better with who. Then your third part is that Christmas break time where you've got some time where you aren't playing games, less pressure. You work on skill development. You work on some of the little things. And then the fourth one is the time from you come back after Christmas to the end of the season where you're setting up for your seeding for the state tournament.
And that's very important.
That's very important. So especially this year, I think it's going to be very important that you want to be one of those top 2 seeds, I think. And then the last part is you get ready for the state tournament. You get your matchups, you play, you get to state, and then you see what happens. You got to get there first, and once you get there, then you can see who you match up with and play those games.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be a great journey here. This month of January, there'll be a lot of games, and I think seedings will be determined by then. I know representatives from the girls' high school athletic union are out watching games. They're the ones that seed. Their group gives you the rankings every Thursday. The next rankings will come out before our next broadcast, which will be this Friday night, as Dowling hosts Urbandale at the Dowling Gym in a girl-boy doubleheader. So the rankings come out Thursday. You just like to see where you're at in those rankings. Like a team like Dowling, they're going to more than likely be in the top 8, which means you'll host a first round and a regional final if you can. A team like Southeast Polk, they want to stay on that two line as much as possible and maybe creep up and never know, maybe get an 8 or 9 seed somewhere in there. And the Rams, and I know are moving forward to that because they're ranked in the top 15. The Ram girls are ranked 14th, so they're right at the on the number 2 seed on that line.
They are. This is a big game for them. I think they're 4-5, Mark. Actually, all 4 of their wins have been against teams that are sub 500 when I checked. So a game like this for them is kind of if you go to the NCAA type, it's a resume builder. I mean, you beat a team like Dowling. You kind of move yourself up a little bit, like you said, in that pecking order. It'd be nice to get in the top 8. Then you kind of the number 1 seed. You have a home game. You play at home, and that's critical when you get to that time of year.
You have a lot of things go your way. Number 1, obviously the scoreboard, but also your roster. Who's dinged up? Who's injured? Who might be out for a while? We've had viruses. We've had turned ankles and stuff like that. That's what you don't want to see, but that's all factors in when they cut everything off to start seeding, and that'll be the seedings for the girls' regions in the postseason. The boys' rankings, speaking of rankings, the boys' rankings haven't come out. We were told they'd be out today, and I haven't checked since I left the office, but we're kind of looking forward to that because they've had no rankings other than the BC Moore rankings, which they do everything, those Iowa State students. My son was one of them, and it's quite the deal with what they go through, and they're pretty close. They really are. They factor in a lot of things, but that's all we have to go on for the boys. With the girls, their rankings were done at the end of December, so nothing's really changed in 2 weeks.
And it'd be interesting because I think that's the way that college football has gone now. They don't do any real rankings until they play some games, and it probably has some merit to it because I think if we look back at the preseason top 15, a number of those teams aren't there anymore. And there are some teams that are ranked in the top 5 or 6 that are, maybe down in the 13, 14, 15 if they're still ranked. And I think when you look at the rankings, that I think the top 4 teams are going to be pretty tough to beat. When you look at Johnston, Dowling, Joaquin Northwest, Ankeny Centennial. So far, if you look at how they've matched up against everybody else, there's not been a lot of close games when they've played. But they've had some good battles with each other, and they've all played each other once now. Johnston's the one that kind of came through unscathed. Dowling lost just to them, but they beat Centennial and they beat Northwest. So, the second time through, it'll be interesting to see what they learned from those first games.
Absolutely, and that'll be very important. Again, as the seeding progresses, you mentioned Johnson ranked number 1 in Class 5A. These are rankings through Thursday, December 19th. Again, the next ones are scheduled to come out this coming Thursday here in January. But Dowling ranked 2nd. Waukee Northwest, probably the youngest team in this group of top 5 in Class 5A. Sam Powell has a very young group. I don't think he has any seniors. And this is a group that is really kind of matured well for as young as they are. Yes, their 2 losses have been to Dowling and have been to Johnston, but they have taken care of business for the most part. Centennial is now at 4th, Cedar Rapids Prairie 5th. And 6 through 10 has Pleasant Valley, Davenport North, Waukee, Iowa City High at number 9, and Cedar Falls 10th. And then 11 through 15 is Cedar Falls is Bettendorf, Iowa City West, Iowa City Liberty, Southeast Polk. Tonight's opponent for Dowling is 14th, and Ankeny at number 15. And the unknown is number 16 because the girls' union with their rankings, 1 through 16, that's your top 2 seeds. 1 through 8 get a host. 9 through 16 are the number 2 seed, and that's pretty. I like how they do it. I think the boys are starting to kind of follow that, and the higher-ranked, higher-seeded teams, they get a host not only the semifinals but the finals. There's no neutral site, so that's what I like about the girls.
Yeah, it's good to know, and I think historically the girls. Wait a minute, I always get it wrong.
Girls Union,
thanks. Try to match it up somewhat geographically too. Try to keep the Central Iowa teams together, although at times one will pop out to the Sioux City area, or maybe one will go to Cedar Rapids.
They've headed to Bettendorf. There's no stranger there.
No, but it's rare. I mean, it's usually like the 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's
the 1, 2, 3, 4 generally. They're going to get to stay home and play against teams that they're familiar with.
Sure. Geographically is a guide, but that's only if, like an 8-9 or something. Yeah, they'll try to match it up. Again, you're listening to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We're at Southeast Polk High School in Pleasant Hill. And the final now in the JV2 game, Southeast Polk defeats Dowling 42-40 in JV girls in overtime. So, Coach Donahue, he may be coming up here. He may be pacing this track during our varsity game, Tom. Tom might be pacing the track, Mike.
He might. He might. Or he might just sit down in a corner down there and just look at the floor.
And let's take a look at some other games tonight. We talked about it earlier. Not a whole lot on the schedule because it's a Monday night. Yes, it's Monday night CIML basketball, and it's girls and boys. The other game has Ames at Urbandale, and they'll get underway with their girl-boy doubleheader at Urbandale beginning at 6:15. Tomorrow night, some games going on. We can kind of preview that. And in girls play, Mike, number 8 Waukee at number 1 Johnston. Urbandale is at 3rd-ranked Waukee Northwest. 15th ranked Ankeny at number 4 Ankeny Centennial in the Battle of Ankeny. The guy behind us or beside us, Mr. Yeager, we have that call and on the live stream. And 14th ranked Southeast Polk, they're playing back-to-back, the girls and boys are. They travel to Valley and take on the Valley Tigers. Dowling has a bye tomorrow night. The Maroons do not play a girl or boy game until Friday. But let's look at it. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. The rankings we gave you were just the girls, as the boys are not out. But how about that game in Johnson? Waukee, are they strong enough to take over Johnson? Johnson looked pretty good, even though they graduated quite a bit from their state championship, an undefeated team a year ago.
Johnson's got a nice team. They have both the inside game, I think, with Jenkins, and they have the outside game, which the name escapes me now, but the guard, it's kind of lights out. She's a junior, and
Jenica Lewis.
Jenica Lewis, thank you. That a lot of schools are recruiting her. There you go. That's why you get the big bucks.
Yeah.
You remember the names. They're awful difficult to beat.
Yeah.
They're very athletic, and they play very good defense. Again, this will be a game for Waukee. We talked about those teams that are kind of on the bubble of that top 8, and they're 8. And for them to beat Johnson would be a huge resume builder for them. And even if they play well, it'll be a good confidence boost for them as they go forward. Because they're going to play, have to play. Again, we're just starting the second round through, so they'll get a chance to to move up and try to maintain that top 8 spot.
Well, it's rugged in the CIML. You look at 9 teams in the Central Iowa Metro League, and 7 of them are ranked. Yeah. And let's take a look at the standings real quick. Johnson, these are all conference standings. Johnson in first place with a 7-0 record. Waukee Northwest with a record of 6-2. They're in second in the standings. Dowling's at 5-1. Listed at 3rd, but they haven't played enough games in the conference yet. And then Ankeny Centennial at 2-3. They're in 4th place, followed by Waukee, Ankeny, Southeast Polk, Valley, and Urbandale at 0-7. Johnson obviously with a 1-game lead over Dowling, and they have the tiebreaker right now. Should Johnson fall and Dowling win and kind of make that up, they have the tiebreaker, but Dowling and Johnson play here in a couple weeks at the Dowling gym. Yeah,
it'll be, for the top teams, it's crucial for them to continue to win. Because if you look at it, the things we talked about, Johnson's unscathed. Dowling lost 1 game. It looks like Waukee Northwest is the one that beat Ankeny Centennial. So that's the difference, and they beat everybody else. So, the matchups when those 4 teams go against each other are going to go a long way to determining who wins the conference and who gets one of those top 4 seeds.
Yeah, in those 8 regionals,
yes.
Who gets the top 4 seed, exactly. All right, we'll take a break here on the pregame show. It's Dowling and Southeast Polk here at the Southeast Polk Gym in Pleasant Hill. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert for Game 1. And Brady Grimm back at the studios of Iowa Catholic Radio. Welcome back, Brady. He's our board op tonight, studio producer. We appreciate that. And we'll take a 1-minute break, come back with more pregame. We'll dissect Southeast Polk and Dowling. These girls haven't played in a while. These Dowling girls haven't. Southeast Polk got a game in last week at Wells Fargo Arena as the Rams defeated Indianola last Thursday. And we'll preview the 2 teams coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One has convenient locations right in your neighborhood. From unexpected illnesses to regular checkups, Mercy One is here for you. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Wow, he dug out the good music tonight. I'm not saying Vinny Cataldo didn't do a bad job Friday and Saturday, but the Warrior.
There you go.
I haven't heard this in a long time. Good job out of you, Brady.
Save that for Waukee.
No kidding. The Waukee Warriors trying to fire him up, Mike. My goodness. Welcome back to the pregame show. High school girls and boys basketball. We're live from the Southeast Polk High School gym here in, well, used to call this area Runnels, but then it was annexed by Pleasant Hill, and here we are. So we're here in eastern part of Polk County for girls and boys Central Iowa Metro League Monday night basketball. And it's Dowling and Southeast Polk girls game. I'm going to start here. They're going to have introductions here in about 10 minutes. A little behind because of the JV2 game, which was won by Southeast Polk in overtime. And if you take a look at this contest, Mike, you look at the Rams, and you mentioned their record. They come in 4-5 on the season. All 4 wins are against below 500 teams, but they're coming off a win on Thursday as they were playing on the big floor down at Wells Fargo Arena. Southeast Polk defeated Indianola 66-30, and Dowling's last game was, well, after our final game against Waukee on Friday, December 20th, the Dowling girls went over to Johnson and played in the Johnson Winter Tournament and defeated the number 1 team out of, I don't know which class in Minnesota, because they played the number 1 team out of 3 of the 6 classes up there, I think. Dowling beat Hopkins of Minnesota 60-53 on that Saturday. So the Maroons go into the break winning, 5 of their last 6 games, including 2 in a row, with wins over Waukee and Hopkins of Minnesota.
Yeah, that was a big win for them to get right before the break. They saw a different style, from what I understand. Hopkins pressed them the entire game, got kind of frantic. If you look statistically, they had 27 turnovers. And I kind of, wow. my eyes kind of went, what? But I was told that it was a run and jump type of thing, and Dowling had some difficulties with that. But having said that, we've gone through, Southeast Polk is the first time we've seen them, but I've not seen a press really from anybody, this year at all. So, if it's just a half-court man-to-man with some zone, I think that, that's good news for Dowling, not to have to worry about that press.
Was that press similar to the, Sharon Hansen's Barracuda press? Was it something like that?
I don't think anybody's ever going to replicate that, Mark. I'm sorry.
That's my favorite.
I know.
That is my favorite, that Barracuda. I just remember some of the principles of it. And
I
know you do. You know it, but
yeah,
that's awesome.
John Wilkinson, his daughter, is assistant coach out at one of the Christian. I'm going to get Grandview Christian.
Okay.
And so she was looking for some things, so John called me up. He moved, so he cleaned stuff out. And he goes, "Do you have any stuff? Do you have the Barracuda?" And I still had the original.
I'll bet you do.
One we got with all the handwritten Sharon Hansen notes, and he was all excited to get that. So
I'll bet. But boy, if you can implement that, or at least have the athletes to run it, and Dowling and Bob and Sharon Hansen had those athletes, as you know.
Yeah, they did, especially that one. I think when they first implemented, I think it was go way back like 92 when they had the Tara Pearsons and the Knopfs and those.
Oh, gosh.
They ran that to perfection. Herman, I believe, was on that team. They ran that to perfection, and teams could not deal with that press. Now, using it at some of those younger levels, we maybe weren't as effective with it.
No.
Because we didn't have those athletes. But when it's run correctly, it can really cause some havoc.
It certainly can. Well, looking at the matchups in this contest for Dowling Catholic, they're going to go with the usual 5 starters: Ellie Olson, Katie Muller, Ava Zedeker, and Layla Tritton, 2 of the captains, along with Ellie Olson and Ellie Muller. So that'll be the starting 5 for Dowling, along with Layla Tritton. So the Maroons are pretty steady there. Not a whole lot of changes. Kaylee Klein. The only thing I added with Kaylee, she's grown an inch, so she's at 6'1", not 6 foot as she was originally listed at. Maddie Rice and Macy Harden, along with Klein, will come off the bench for Dowling. But, you look at both Mullers, Zedeker, Tritton, and Olson, coming off the 2-week break, and now they're ready to roll. This will be a crunch run. The Maroons girls have 3 games this week because Friday night they host Urbandale. A game will have an Iowa Catholic radio, but then the Dowling girls take on number 1 ranked out of Class 4A Bishop Heelan, 11:30 Saturday morning at Ballard High School up in Huxley. So if you're not doing anything on Saturday morning, Ballard's having a tournament, and Dowling has that matchup. I believe it's game 2.
It's nice for them to have those. Back years ago, that wasn't the case. You played your
conference. Basically.
You played your 21 games. Sometimes you changed your schedule some. If there was a team, like we used to play Breck in Minnesota. We played South Sioux City over in Nebraska before. Or you picked up some games with some, like Cedar Rapids Kennedy or Cedar Rapids Washington, where you had to talk to somebody about in your conference maybe of not playing. There were times, North we didn't play North.
Sure.
So it's nice when they have those tournaments that kind of fits into that 21 games. I think one thing, though, the conferences have sort of shrunk.
Well, it used to be a 19-team CIML league, and then it got cut, and now it's 9 on the CIML side, and then the Iowa Alliance Conference has 11 teams or something like that. Yeah, so it's got cut. So now you have an opportunity to schedule teams out of a different league, a different conference, or even a different class, or out of state, and that's what Dowling has utilized.
And I think if you've noticed that the really good teams, the Johnsons, the Dowlings, Valley, will play as good a non-conference schedule as they can. Like Dowling, went to Minnesota and played 2 top teams. In the Johnson tournament, they played a Minnesota team that was ranked. Teams that they're not going to, have not seen before, so they've got to deal with that, which is a preparation for your state tournament, because a lot of times when you get to state tournament, you've not played against those teams. And then having the opportunity to play Heelan is a natural thing. Heelan has a very good program historically, and anytime you can play a number 1 team like that on a neutral floor, which is just like playing down at Wells Fargo.
Sure.
I had to think about it because last time I was starting to call it Casey's again. Not yet.
Not till July 1st.
But that's good preparation, playing teams you've not seen before that you've got to just prepare for based upon a scouting report or looking at a film.
Yeah, no question. And again, you're listening to the pregame show tonight. Iowa high school girls and boys basketball here in the Central Iowa Metro League, just outside Des Moines, eastern side of Polk County. Dowling on the road at Southeast Polk. Again, Friday night we'll be back on the air as Dowling hosting Urbandale at the Urbandale Gym. We didn't catch game 1. This will be the second time through that rotation. Urbandale is who Dowling started off the conference season with. And when you see a team and play them twice, that means you're on kind of the downhill side, but it's really not the case because the Maroons have not played or seen Ankeny. And we'll see the Hawks and Hawkettes twice in the last 2 weeks of regular season due to kind of a scheduling flaw. But talking to Brad Johnson, who came up here and visited with us before we went on the air, the head coach at Southeast Polk, he said, yeah, we've got a few of those. We got 1 or 2 teams we don't see. We're going to see 2 teams twice, and the other 2 teams, we haven't even played them yet. So it's kind of a flaw in the rotation of the schedule, how it's laid out, but that's going to happen.
Sounds like one of those schedule makers that took a nap and then forgot where he was at.
No, they do it off some, the program that does it. It's supposed to spit it out, and it's like you got 9 teams. One team's going to have a bye on a Tuesday or Friday night, and if they did it right, they found a team that was also had a bye, and you play them, or you play it on a Monday night like we're doing here tonight. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. The teams are just finishing up warm-ups, and we'll start with the visitors from Dowling Catholic. The Maroons are bringing a record of 7-2. They're ranked second in Class 5A, averaging 59.5 points on offense, giving up 48 points on defense. And the head coach is Kristen Marr for Dowling, 9th year, 153 wins, 56 losses, 73% winning percentage. And she's assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. JV1 coaches are Tom Donahue and Lisa Morrison-Smith. And the JV2 coaches who have a late game tonight in the other gym, Jonathan Vandera and Logan Kreiner. And the Maroons will start this lineup at point guard and captain Ava Zediker, a 5'10 senior, headed to Creighton University, averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds. Zediker award number 13. The other guard and captain is Layla Tritton, 5'9 senior, averaging 11 points. She'll wear, again, number 15. And the third guard is Katie Moeller, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 8.5 points, 6 rebounds. Moeller will wear number 11. One forward and captain, Ellie Olson, 5'10 senior, averaging 4 points, 5.5 rebounds. Olson will wear number 5. And at center for the Maroons, Ellie Moeller, 6'2 junior, leading scorer, averaging 17 points on the team, and leading rebounder, averaging 9.5 points. And also leads the team with 17 made threes. As Moeller and Tritton are battling back and forth in that department. Ellie will wear number 23. So it'll be Zediker, Tritton, and Katie Moeller, the 3 guards, along with Ellie Olson at forward and Ellie Moeller at center for Dowling Catholic, who dress 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 4 sophomores on their roster, and are coming off a win over 2 weeks ago against the number 1 team out of Minnesota, Hopkins, Minnesota. So that's a look at the starters for Dowling. For the Rams from Southeast Polk, the home team, their head coach is Brad Johnson, his second year here at Southeast Polk. 13 wins, 18 losses. He coached at Des Moines Christian for 10 years and had 199 wins and 47 losses. Couldn't get that last win to get his 200th win. They put the lights down, and now we're doing the Michael Jordan introduction, right?
I heard they're doing smoke.
Is that right?
Yeah, Kristen Clark told me that they were going to do smoke introductions today.
Great. All right, well, let's get through the Rams. We mentioned Brad Johnson, the head coach, as he's been out as a teacher here at Southeast Polk for 16 years. Former head coach of Des Moines Christian, as we mentioned. And overall, this is his 12th year, 212 wins, 65 losses. He's assisted by Corey Borcherding, Ann Oddie, and James Reth. His JV2 coach was Jason Stafford. Congratulations, Jason, because he got the win over Tom Donahue in the JV2 game in overtime.
That's rare. Rare win. He take that film and put it in his trophy case.
He's going to be walking up here pretty soon. All right, for the Rams, they come in averaging 52 points on offense, give up 49 points on defense. Their record is 4-5, and they're ranked 14th in Class 5A, and they'll start at 1 guard. The point guard is Alyssa Bartlett, 5'6 senior, averaging just over 14 points and 4.5 rebounds. And we'll take a break and come back with more of the starting lineups in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And welcome back to the Southeast Polk High School gym here in Pleasant Hill alongside Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Hamadale, just about set for tip-off. Dowling and Southeast Polk. Game 1 is the girls contest. And we got interrupted by the national anthem, so we'll finish the starting lineups for the Rams. At point guard is Alyssa Bartlett, a 5'6" senior, averaging 14.5 points, leads the team in scoring and assists with 4. Headed to the University of South Dakota to be a Coyote next year. And Bartlett will wear number 10, and she's one of the captains. The other guard is Hallie Clark, Clark, a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 9.5 points. She's overcome pneumonia and ankle injury, and we know her mom pretty well, Kristen Slings. I think you coached her at Dowling there, Mike.
Yep. It was nice of her to come over and say hi to us before we went on the air here, so shout out to her, although she's watching the game, so she's probably not listening to it.
No, she's not, as it's being live streamed. The other guard for Southeast Polk, Zoe Hens, a 5'4" senior, averaging 11.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 2. The fourth guard is Margaret Johnson, a 5'8" senior for the Rams, averaging 4 points, 3 rebounds. And at center, they go a 4 guard and a post player, and the post player is Hallie Vandervert, 6'1" sophomore, averaging 7.5 points, leads the team with 5.5 rebounds. So we're underway. Dowling going left to right in front of us in their road maroon uniforms with white numbers and trim. Southeast Polk in their home white uniforms, black trim and gold trim with black numbers. And now here's a shot in the baseline, no good. Rebound Southeast Polk. Now the other way we go, and our layup up and no good by Zoe Hens. Fight for the rebound. And the Maroons had it, now they lost it. And Johnson has it for the Rams as they go right to left here at Southeast Polk. To our left is the south basket. To our right is obviously the north basket. And no score. We've only almost played a minute here, Mike. Fast and furious. Underneath, they get it to Vanderwert. Her turnaround shot in the lane, no good from the right block. Rebound Dowling. And Layla Tritton. Maroons get underneath, and a layup up and good, almost uncontested, as Ellie Muller shoots and scores.
That was a transition that they took the missed shot. They got the ball down the side, right into Muller for the layup.
Yeah, sometimes your missed shot is your offense, and now there's a shot by Vanderwert, no good from the free throw line. The 6'1" sophomore with the miss. Rebound Dowling. Maroons the other way. And running the court, a shot up and no good by Tritton. Offensive rebound, Olsen and Dowling. And now Katie Muller has the ball stripped away all the way down to Margaret Johnson. Layup with the left hand good. So the Rams take advantage of a Dowling turnover.
Yeah, that was one of the things we talked about, maybe just the two of us, about the fact that they need to kind of cut down those turnovers and also the turnovers that turn into transition. And that was one of those that was a transition turnover, and they got a layup. Here's
Zediker with it. She's cut off on the right block. Nice job by the Rams as they help out on her. Southeast Polk man-to-man. Now here's Katie Muller. Lob pass underneath to Olsen. She's double teaming the right block. In the lane. Can't get off a shot. Gets it out to Muller. This is Ellie Muller. Reverse it to Zediker. 5 in the shot clock. Zediker underneath the left hand. Good. She went right around the defender, and then Vanderwert was there, and she got it through.
Sally Polk played really good defense for about 25 seconds and had to ended up giving up a layup at the end of it.
All right, the Rams with it on the offensive end. Now dribbling the basketball, it's Hallie Clark, and she has the ball stolen away. Dowling the other way, and they have a layup. And Zediker with the pass over to Olsen. Olsen shot no good. Zediker offensive rebound and putback is good. And a timeout called after the made basket by Dowling. And it's 6-2. Maroons with 5:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Mark Hamadale, Mike Burkert, 30-second timeout called by Southeast Polk after that made basket.
Yeah, I think Southeast Polk, there's a distinct height advantage for Dowling in this game. And also the part that we've talked about in previous games, the length that Dowling has, the long arms. Southeast Polk just doesn't have that. And it's bothered him initially on some shots, and Dowling's been able to get the ball out in transition and run it down the floor.
All right, Dowling inbounds the ball. Zediker now with 4 points to lead the Maroons. Ellie Muller with 2 for Southeast Polk. Margaret Johnson has the only basket. And underneath, a shot left on the left block is no good. Offensive rebound, Southeast Polk, and now Vanderwert with the putback. It's no good. Rebound, Dowling and Zediker. Ava pushing the ball up court to Olsen. Looks inside to Muller. Can't get it to her. Now back to Tritton. Underneath the Muller. Her turnaround shot in the lane, good. And that was just too much Ellie Muller. She went right around Margaret Johnson.
Yeah, she got inside, has a distinct height advantage there and took it.
8-2 Dowling, and now the Rams get underneath. Vanderwert reverse layup, good after the offensive board. It was a miss down there by Bartlett, and Vanderwert shoots and scores. So it's 8-4 Dowling. Aaron's largest lead has been 6 thus far here in the first half.
Again, Dowling looks like if they can get the ball out in a transition and then isolate Muller down low, it's going to be difficult to stop. But when they're at half court, Southeast Polk has been playing pretty good defense.
Brooklyn Ruddy into the lineup for Southeast Polk. 5'7" freshman. They have 9 freshmen on this roster. And Ruddy has come in. Now Dowling with the ball. Here's Ellie Muller. Pull-up jumper in the lane. It's no good. And now a near steal in the backcourt. Jump ball called. Hey, Ole back there causing havoc, and she forced the jump ball. It'll be Southeast Polk possession as a substitution for Dowling for the first time tonight will be Macy Harnden.
Southeast Polk got a little lazy on their pass in the backcourt there, and she took advantage of that.
The Rams have the ball. This is Bartlett with it, the South Dakota commit. Works it inside, right wing, right block to Vanderwert. Her shot is blocked by Ellie Muller, rather, and the rebound out to Dowling. Here's Zediker on the baseline, layup good. The Maroons they took that block shot and went coast to coast. The Maroons lead it 10-4.
It's that transition.
Zediker with 6 points. And now a steal by Zediker as she stole the ball from Hens. Down court for the left hand, layup no good. Tipped by Harnden, no good, but into the hands of Bartlett and Southeast Polk. 10-4 Dowling. 3.5 to go, first quarter from the Southeast Polk Gym here in Pleasant Hill. Glad you could join us. Monday night, CIML basketball on Iowa Catholic Radio. Now Vanderwert shot no good. It's blocked out of bounds by Ellie Muller.
She's not afraid to take it up on her. She's gotten every shot that she's taken blocked, but she's not afraid to just attack it.
And so inbound the ball underneath their own basket to our left as we're up here on the track with the broadcast right behind the Southeast Polk bench. And now a long three, no good by Hens. Offensive rebound, Rams. Tracking it down is Bartlett. And the Rams get a 4 in the shot clock. It did not reset. And now in the lane, Hens forced a shot. It's no good. And rebound Dowling and Ellie Muller. Ellie with it out to Zediker. In the corner to Katie Muller for 3. It's no good. Rebound Zediker, and she has the ball knocked out of her hands, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul on Southeast Polk. And that'll be on Brooklyn Ruddy, her first, and that'll be team foul number 1 in the contest. Yeah, it's the first foul of the game with 2:48 to go here in the first quarter, Mike.
It's been a pretty clean game so far on that respect.
First free throw by Zediker is good. Zediker tonight with 7 points. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bozen the Florist, and Construction Professionals. Second free throw good by Zediker. She has 8 points here in the first quarter, and Dowling's lead is now 8, 12-4 over Southeast Polk. Rams in the front court. Here's Vanderwert with it. Gets it to Hens, and she loses it out of bounds. Should mention our officials tonight. Pretty good crew. There's 1 or 2 guys down there I know a little bit more than what most people don't. But Will Dotson, Lou Yasinich, and Michael Joensen are our 3-man crew. And if they do a good job here, we'll keep them around for the boys' game. That's what I always try to mention.
I think they did the Johnston game, if I'm not mistaken.
They did. You're exactly right. Good memory there, Mr. Burkert. So no, you didn't have to give Coach Wilkinson all those Barracuda press plays. You had them in your head the whole time.
Yeah, right.
All right, here's Katie Muller with it on the baseline. Gets to Harnden. Cross-court pass in the left corner. Can't get the shot off. 10 on the shot clock. Zediker with it. Zediker guarded by Bogwell, who's in there. That's Allison Bogwell. Zediker stops in the lane. Turns, spins, shot up. Good. Looked like she was cut off, but then she wasn't. She created a shot there, Mike.
Yeah, that was a nice play. She posted up inside and shot over. I think she's got a little bit of a height advantage also, and she was able to. She hits a lot of shots in that range.
Yes, she can. It's just like she was cut off. They did their job. They stopped the ball. That's what you want to teach on defense. Stop the ball, which she did, and then Zediker looked, and then did a nice pivot and scored. Dowling up by 10, their largest lead of the night, 14-4. And now a long three, no good by Olivia Tui, who's in the lineup for Southeast Polk. Dowling with the rebound. And shooting and scoring as the Maroons get loose is Ava Zediker with her 12th point.
Yeah, they've been deadly again. That was a transition. They got the rebound, one pass out to Zediker. She took it down and got the layup ahead of the pack.
You could tell these teams have fresh legs coming off the break. Now Bartlett with it. She dribbles in the lane and hits the deck and drew the foul, says Lou Yasinich. She'll be out of bounds. Foul on Dowling's Layla Tritton, her first. That's the first team foul on the Maroons with a minute 20 remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, so far the things that we talked about Dowling needed to do, and that's get out on the transition. They've done that very well. And their length is bothering Southeast Polk inside, definitely.
Rams inbound the ball as Bartlett inbounds it. They get it inside to Vanderwerk going against Muller. Her shot over the rim, no good. You could just tell Muller. Now Muller runs the court, layup good. Got a nice feed from her sister Katie and layup and score for Dowling. Maroons up 18-4. Muller with 6 points. And Zediker with 12. And that's all the scoring for the Maroons. They lead it 18-4. Now a turnover by Southeast Polk on their offensive end. Maroons will inbound the ball with 54 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Again, we'll have the boys' game to follow here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Hope you stay tuned for that. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert here in game one. Dowling with the ball. Here's Zediker. 44 seconds on the clock, 25 in the shot clock. Zediker, pull-up jumper good just inside the three-point line, and she's putting on a clinic. 14 first quarter points. Wow. 20-4 Dowling. Rams with it. And they work a cut underneath, a shot up, and off the mark, no good. Bartlett's shot is no good. Gets her own rebound, and reverse layup good. She went right around Katie Muller for the score.
So far, Southeast Polk has 3 baskets, and 2 of them have come following offensive rebounds. And that's what we talked about earlier. Dowling needs to control the boards, which they are. But any time that they don't.
And they get the ball inside to Ellie Muller. Her shot no good. And the half-court shot at the horn. It's good if it goes. It's the backboard, and it's no good. So we've come to the end of the first quarter here at Southeast Polk High School here in Pleasant Hill. Our score, Dowling 20. Southeast Polk 6, alongside Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Amadale. Our studio producer tonight is Brady Grimm. We'll return for the second quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
All right, Brady Grimm spinning the music back at Iowa Catholic Radio as we're back here at Southeast Polk High School. Second quarter underway as Dowling inbounds the ball. The Maroons lead it 20-6 over Southeast Polk here in quarter number 2 of the girls contest. The boys game to follow. Our thanks to all the folks out here at Southeast Polk. Jason Campbell, their athletic director, and both their coaches, Brad Johnson and Alan Jenkins. And now the Maroons on their first possession throw the ball away, a turnover. And Mike Burkert, you got to look at the first quarter numbers when you get a second. You got the calculator out. So
no, I'm there.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the difference in the game, Dowling shooting 53% from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and 11 rebounds, and only committed 2 turnovers. Southeast Polk, on the other hand, is hitting 17% of their shots, 3 of 18. 2 of those were following offensive rebounds. They have not shot a free throw yet, and have 8 rebounds and just 3 turnovers.
All right, Dowling has possession. Here's Tritton underneath. She feeds Olsen. Layup good. Tritton, unusual place to feed a fellow teammate. She dribbled the baseline, and here comes Olsen cutting to the basket. And that's the first 2 points from somebody on Dowling other than Ava Zedeker and Ellie Muller. Now Dowling with the steal. Muller with it, gets it out to Harnden for three. It's no good from the left wing. Rebound Southeast Polk and Bartlett. We'll get the scoring now. A little 2-on-1 fast break, and the Rams can't convert. Sloan Gaffney in the lineup, number 23, a 5'9" freshman, one of 9 freshmen on the roster for head coach Brad Johnson here at Southeast Polk. And now they get underneath the Muller, and Ellie's shot left block good. She has 8 points. The Maroons up 24-6, leading by 18. So the largest lead of the night. We get a moment here. We'll give you some early scoring numbers. Hallie Clark with it. Hands it off to Zims. Back to Clark. Works left side. Trying to go around Harnden. Her puts up a shot to left hand. It's no good. The rebound Dowling. Lead pass down to Katie Muller. Layup good. And Harnden with the three-quarter court pass to Katie Muller. So back-to-back scores to players other than Zedeker and Ellie Muller for Dowling.
Yeah, the transition game for Dowling has just been deadly today for them. They've just run them ragged on that. And the length. I mean, the shooting that Southeast Polk, like their leading scorer, just airballed the one from about 8 feet.
They can play a little faster than what they're used to, and that's a good point. Now here's Hallie Clark with it for Southeast Polk. Swings it out to Bartlett, top of the key. Now left wing over to Hins. Zoe Hins inside to Vanderwert, and her shot from the left block, no good with the left hand. Rebound down. Now Zedeker, a 2-on-1 fast break, and she seals the deal with her basket. Zedeker now with 16 points to lead all scorers.
I was going to say, when you do the scoring, you're going to talk about 4 people.
Exactly, and now
there it is.
Maroons the other way. Here we go. 2-on-1 fast break. Layup no good by Olsen. Follow-up good by Zedeker, and she has 18 points with another basket. With 5:08 to go, second quarter, timeout call by Southeast Polk. We'll keep it here as Dowling leads at 30-6, a 24-point lead for the Maroons with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Let's take a look at the scoring in the contest as Southeast Polk has 6 points in the contest, and that's from 3 different players: Margaret Johnson, Alyssa Bartlett, and Hallie Vanderwert with 2 points each. As you mentioned, Mike, the Rams have not shot a free throw tonight. Dowling, Maroons' leading scorer, as I mentioned, is Ava Zedeker, currently with 18 points. Ellie Muller with 8 points. Katie Muller and Ellie Olsen with 2 points each. Dowling was 2 for 2 at the free throw line at the end of the first quarter. So those are some numbers. What's the turnovers looking now? Because the Maroons are really pouring it on.
Yeah, it's basically 5 for Southeast Polk, 3 for Dowling. But the thing that Dowling just, on the missed shots, they have just taken it and run with it. It's like usually 1 or 2 passes and then somebody shooting a layup. I mean, the second quarter, Dowling's 5 out of 7. You know, and the last one of the misses was a wide open layup she just missed, and Zedeker got the offensive rebound and put it back in, and it was a 2-on-0 fast break.
Reminder at halftime, we'll catch up with Dowling boys basketball. We saw a lot of them this weekend. Justin Einertson will join us at halftime, so stay tuned for Coach Einertson's interview. First time they're going to play Southeast Polk this season, so we'll catch up with the Dowling head coach. Now here is Hins for 3, left wing, it's no good. Rebound Olsen, and she's fouled in the back court, says Will Dotson.
One of the things that's unusual in all the games we've watched so far is that we've gone almost a quarter and a half, and there's been no three-pointers.
You're right. Had there been many attempted, I think Dowling may have tried one, if that. They might have tried one three-pointer. You got the numbers.
I've got 3. They've tried 3, and Southeast Polk tried 5. But that's rare, because I think if you looked at the stats, both of them have probably hit 5 or 6 a game at minimum.
And Dowling's made 62 threes on the year, and Southeast Polk has made 56. So yeah, that's Right now, the
if I do
pace.
quick math in my head, 62 divided by 9 should be about 9 times
6,
7.
Yeah. Oh, there's your three. Talk about it.
Go.
Katie Muller for 3, good for the Maroons. She has her 5th point.
No, it was Tritton got that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tritton, not Muller.
That trusty scoreboard up there we saw still flashing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Tritton with her first 3 of the night. Katie Muller with 2. And Dowling's lead 33-6. Now the other way we go. Dowling forced a turnover there.
No, it was a missed shot.
Okay.
She tried to shoot it over Ellie
Muller.
Yeah, and
good luck.
Lobbed it,
Good luck with that. Here's Zedeker with it. Now Muller, they work 2-man game, and now they double team Katie, or rather Ellie on the baseline. A reverse pass, and it's picked up by Dowling. Now the Maroons had the ball deflected in the backcourt. Kaylee Klein in the lineup for Dowling. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Zedeker. Gets in the corner to Ellie Muller for 3. It's no good. Rebound Olsen. Offensive rebound on the weak side for Ellie. Now here's Muller for 3. That's Ellie Muller missing from the left corner. Rebound Bartlett and Southeast Polk. Rams go the other way. With it is Ruddy. Inside the pass from Hins to Vanderwert, and a foul on Dowling.
You have to give Southeast Polk credit. They're not backing down, taking the ball to the hoop, but they're not able to convert over the length that Dowling has.
Klein picks up the foul. That's her first. Dowling with its 2nd team foul of the night. The Rams with 1. Our score, 33-6. Yes, that's correct. 33-6, Dowling. 2:50 remaining in the half, and now the Rams get underneath, and they're shot up and good. Nice move that time in the lane by Southeast Polk, and that being Zoe Hins. That's her first 2 of the night. Dowling the other way. Here's Harnden's pass, deflected and stolen away by Hins. Hins pull up 3 from the top of the key, no good. Offensive rebound and put back good by Alyssa Bartlett. It's her 4th point. 33-10. Dowling's lead now back to 23. Led by as many as 27. They work underneath, the Maroons do. A pass from Muller to Muller as big sister Ellie shoots and scores her 10th point. 35-10 Dowling. And now the Rams the other way. Now the scoring's picked up.
Taking 3 straight.
Hallie Clark with her first basket. That's 35-12 Dowling as pace is picked up. Minute 50 to go in the half. All right, here's Zedeker on the right wing. Pull-up jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound, Ellie Muller, and a whistle and a foul on the floor on Southeast Polk. And talk about second chance points. There's one right there for the Maroons. Fouls on Bartlett, her first.
It's on the floor, so Dowling will be taking the ball out.
With the minute 38 remaining. And the Maroons going against the Rams. Man-to-man, They work it inside, and Muller to Muller again. Katie to her big sister Ellie, shoots and scores. That was a nice little play off the high post.
If they just stay patient, they're getting layup after layup. They're 7 out of 9 from the 2-point range in this quarter.
12 points for Ellie Muller. Vanderwerf shoots and scores. That's her 4th point. So the Rams starting to pick up the pace as Zedeker top of the key for 3. It's no good. Ball slapped around and saved from going out of bounds by Hins right into the hands of Bartlett. Rams get down court. Now reverse layup up and no good by Vanderwert. Rebound Dowling. Here's Zedeker to Katie Muller for 3. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Katie. Her first 3 of the night. 40-14 Maroons. 40 seconds remaining. About a 8-second differential in the shot clock, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. Foul will be on the Maroons. Macy Harden, her first. So Southeast Polk will inbound the ball from the far sideline. Clark will throw it in.
Game clock and the shot clock are almost
identical, yeah.
Right. Close.
1 second differential, give or take. There's Clark with it, top of the key. Hands it off to Hins. Guarded by Zedeker. Dribbles down the lane. Stops. The shot blocked by Zedeker. Right in the hands of Hins. Her put back up. No good. Rebound Dowling. And Muller. Katie with the outlet pass to Zedeker. 14 seconds to play. Let's see if the Bruins hold the ball for one shot. Leading 40-14. 8 seconds remaining. Here's Harnden with it. Out to Zedeker. She'll launch the three. Left it short. Rebound Ruddy. And we go into halftime with Dowling leading Southeast Polk 40-14 as the Maroons put up 20 points in the second quarter as they outscore the Rams 20-8 in that second quarter and lead it here, Mike, 40-14 over the Southeast Polk Rams. A lot of back and forth basketball, not a whole lot of set offense we saw, but a lot of transition.
No, that's what we had talked about. Southeast Polk needed to control the tempo and not let them get out and run, and that's exactly what Dowling did. And from the 2-point range, when I had a chance to total all this stuff up, Dowling's phenomenal on the 2-point level. But a lot of those are layups.
Yeah, exactly. They were.
Yeah.
A lot of them were transition layups, and here's a stat you don't want as a coach. You didn't go to the free throw line. Southeast Polk has not attempted a free throw tonight.
No, they haven't. And really, Dowling's only shot 2. So
correct.
Most of Dowling's transition stuff has turned out to be wide open stuff when they get down to the basket, or they've gone high-low to Ellie Moeller for an easy layup, using that height advantage. Again, to Southeast Polk's credit, they're just taking it right at them, and they started scoring a few baskets here and there towards the end. But before that, if they block it, it's off to the races.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that tonight, off to the races. All right, we're at halftime here at Southeast Polk High School and our Central Iowa Metro League doubleheader. Yes, on a Monday night. It's Dowling leading Southeast Polk in the girls game 40-14. Dowling girls come in ranked second in Class 5A with a record of 7-2, and Southeast Polk with a record of 4-5. They come in ranked 14th in Class 5A, and we'll take a 2-minute break, Brady Grimm, 2 minutes, and come back. And our halftime guest is scheduled to be Justin Anderson. He walked by us earlier. He must be attending to something, but we hope to catch up with Justin. If not, we'll give you our halftime statistics. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale. Again, our halftime score from the Southeast Polk Gym. The Rams Dowling 40, Southeast Polk 14, and we'll be back in 2 minutes along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
A trip to the doctor's office can be a scary thing, but it's often necessary to go there to get the healing and treatment that we need. Likewise, going to the confessional can be intimidating, but it's often the very thing that we need to get us back on the pathway to the Lord. While we should always privately repent of our sins to God, Jesus instituted the sacrament of reconciliation or penance for our own good. Statistics show that Catholic populations have historically had lower rates of suicide and depression than non-Catholics, and many psychologists attribute this directly to the healthy practice of vocally confessing one's sins. Few things can be as liberating as getting all of the junk from our lives out there on the table. The priest stands as Christ's representative, whose words of absolution, "I forgive you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit," act as a sweet healing balm upon our souls. Priests are not there to scold you, but to offer healing and a fresh start. So be not afraid. Come unload your burdens before the Lord in confession today. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear. In business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Playing the good stuff, man. Good job, Brady Grimm. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale. We're back here at the Southeast Polk Gym. Halftime, Dowling girls leading 40-14 over Southeast Polk. You like that kind of music, Mike? Remember those days?
It's a good time. Good old music. None of this stuff I can't figure out what it is.
Exactly. Well, I concur. I have a high school junior, and when I turn her car on and I hear that, it's like, whoa, what's that?
Yeah, even when I drive with my son, sometimes he goes, oh, this is back from what? I was like, what? You listen to this?
Yeah, you listen to this. Amazing. When, Dad, you move my car? Sure. And you turn it on, it's like, what is that?
I need some Barry Manilow, you know?
Well, we're at halftime, Dowling leading, and we're waiting on Coach Einerson. I know he walked by, but something must have happened. So, and hopefully it's for the better, but either that or he forgot. But Mike, let's run down the statistics. I'll start with the scoring.
Okay.
First of all, for Dowling, the Maroons had, 5 players in the scoring column, and they were led by Ava Zedeker. Matter of fact, her dad was sitting here for a moment. He does not want to be on the radio. He's afraid of, I don't know what he's afraid of. I only ask the best questions or whatever pops in my head, either one.
Yeah.
Ava leading the way with 18 points, and then Ellie Moeller in double figures. The 6'2 junior for the Maroons has 12 points at halftime, 5 points for Katie Moeller, and then 3 points for Layla Tritton and 2 points for Ellie Olson. So all 5 Dowling starters have scored. Maddie Rice came in and did not score in the first half, and Macy Harnden also was in the lineup and did not score. Dowling 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Not a whole lot of free throws being shot.
It's all that was shot.
That's right. Southeast Polk did not attempt a free throw in the first half. And the Rams led in scoring by Alyssa Bartlett. The South Dakota commit will lead scoring with 4 points. And then Margaret Johnson, Zoe Hins, and Hallie Clark, 2 points each. Oh, Haley Vanderwert, the bottom of my score sheet, also with 4. So Vanderwert and Bartlett lead the way with 4 points each. Rams did not attempt the free throw, and that's a look at the scoring as the Maroons lead it here at halftime, 40-14. Mike?
I think the tail was the shooting. That's really gets you. Dowling was 18 of 33 total in the first half, 55%. By Southeast Polk was 7 out of 33, which was 21%.
Ooh.
Neither team is very good at three-point range today. Dowling's 2 out of 9, 22%. Southeast Polk's 0 for 6. So it was interesting when we were talking about, well, there hadn't been a three-pointer, then all of a sudden 2 of them bang bang.
Yeah, Muller hit, Katie hit the one.
Yeah, and I think Tritton hit the other one to start it.
Yes, she did, yeah.
And then and Southeast Polk, they went through, they were 0 for in the second quarter, then hit 4 in a row, then finished missing their last 6.
Yeah, they had a nice little spurt there, didn't they?
They did. Rebounding-wise, Dowling's out-rebounded them 21-12. Again, you get what Dowling's been doing is getting those missed shots or the ball off the block shot and just taking off and running with it. And they've been very effective in doing that. Turnovers, really, it's been pretty clean. 4 for Dowling, 5 for Southeast Polk. It's just been the shooting is what's really made the big difference.
Yeah, I thought the turnovers would be a little bit more disparity there, but it's like you said, the shooting, as the Rams shooting 21% from the field at halftime and Dowling shooting 55%, that's quite a disparity there.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, I had written down different keys to the game to start with, and we didn't get a chance to go through those, but we talked about number 1 for Dowling to be successful, limit their turnovers. They've had 4. Plus, control the tempo. They've controlled the tempo. Limit offensive rebounds. They've done a pretty good job on the defensive boards. Get off to a good start. I can't remember what the first quarter score was now. It's like
20-6.
20-6,
yep.
A good start. And the last one was utilize their height advantage, and they've done that.
And then, speaking of which, how many shots has Ellie Muller blocked this evening? Because it's at least 2 or 3.
I'm sure that Coach Marr will tell you how many when she talks.
I'm sure.
But she's also altered a number of shots. I mean, that didn't.
Good point.
There.
Good point. All right, we're going to take a 1-minute break. Come back with a second half between Dowling and Southeast Polk girls game here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Emmerdale, Mike Burkert, as Dowling leading 40-14 over Southeast Polk, and we'll return in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
And welcome back to the Southeast Polk Gym here in Pleasant Hill. CIML basketball tonight, girl-boy doubleheader. And we start the second half. Dowling girls leading 40-14 over Southeast Polk. Dowling girls have the basketball. Rams had it to start the third quarter, and they just turned it over. Or rather, a jump ball forced a turnover. And now Dowling with the ball in the front court. Good pressure by Hins of Southeast Polk, forcing the ball out of bounds. Maroons going with their starters: Ellie Olson, Katie Muller, Ava Zediker, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller. And we'll get the Rams lineup. Looks like they're going to go with most of their starters as Dowling has the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Corner three by Katie Muller, up and no good from the right corner. Rebound Tritton and Dowling. The Maroons retain possession. Skip pass over to Ellie Olson. Now they work inside to Ellie Muller. Back to Zediker, back to Muller. Shot off the glass, good from that right block for Ellie Muller.
They were patient that time and got the ball right inside for a little 5-foot shot, and she hit it.
14 points for Muller, and now the Rams with the shot, it's no good. Ellie with the rebound out to Zediker. Her shot up no good as she tried to finish off the layup, but offensive rebound, Ellie Olson. Now Tritton with it, slaps in the corner. Now to Ellie Muller for three, top of the key, it's no good, and a loose ball foul on Dowling as Bartlett hits the deck, and that foul will be on the Maroons' Layla Tritton, her second foul, and she's the first player to receive 2 fouls in this contest. Everybody else has had a foul, just has 1.
Still nobody gets to shoot, though.
Yeah, haven't seen that at all tonight. Only free throws were attempted back in the first quarter was by Zediker. Now Hins down the lane, her shot, there's an altered shot by Ellie Muller. And rebound Dowling. Maroons in transition. Here's Zediker with it. Now Muller. And now to the other Muller. Ellie for three. It's no good. Rebound Hins. And Zoe now takes the ball in the front court for Southeast Polk to Vanderwoert. And she draws the foul. And that'll be on Ellie Muller. So Ellie with her first foul of the night.
Southeast Polk gets to shoot their first free throws of the day.
That's right. Hallie Vanderwoert at the free throw line. 53% free throw shooter on the season. And she'll get 2. First one up and good. Second one no good. And the rebound.
There's a transition again.
Dowling, and the Maroons take it all the way down, and shooting and scoring is the Maroons, and that was Tritton. So she has 5 points, and now turnover by Southeast Polk. Lead pass to Zediker, stops on the right block, layup good. Let a defender go by her, and that was Margaret Johnson, and scores. So Ava with 20 points.
Sounds like a broken record. Rebound, 2 passes, layup. Steal, going to be another layup.
That's what it's been, and now a steal and basket by Ava Zediker. Ava with 22 points on the night. 5:20 to go, third quarter, 48-15 Dowling. You may see running clock here very shortly. And now nice off-balance shot from the right block. Good by the Rams, Alyssa Bartlett. That's her 6th point of the evening. 48-17 Dowling. Now inside Muller, and a foul called on Southeast Polk as Ellie, or check that. Yeah, Ellie turned in the right block and drew the foul. Margaret Johnson picking up the foul. That's her 2nd. Muller eyes a bucket. First free throw, no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio. Brought to you in part by Mercy One, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Fast Signs in Clive, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Dowling now leading 49-17 as that second free throw by Ellie Muller is good. She has 15 points. And the Rams now in the front court. They go left to right in front of us towards the north basket. Underneath, a shot blocked by Muller. Ellie with the block. Rebound Dowling. Zediker the other way. Her shot off the glass good. Ava Zediker has 24 points tonight to lead the Maroons. Now the Rams underneath. Vanderwert doing her best in there against Ellie Muller, and she had that ball swatted out of bounds.
She's not afraid to do that, to go up that. And she's what year is she? Sophomore? Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie's the older junior, and
I met the Southeast Polk girl. I think she's.
Oh, the Vanderwert. Yeah, she is a sophomore. Absolutely. All right, Rams with it underneath. Reverse layup by Vanderwert, blocked by Ellie Muller. Rebound, Dowling. Corner 3. Here's Katie Muller. It's no good. Fight for the rebound, and Ellie had it, and she was fouled as she was trying to one-handed grab and bring it into her body, and they're going to whistle it on number 10, Alyssa Bartlett. That's her 2nd.
Yeah, the 5'6" guard trying to block out the 6'3".
Yeah.
Couldn't quite. Tried really hard.
51-17 Dowling. 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. We're just moments away from the running clock. Has to be at 35 points or more in the second half. And the Maroons are getting close to activating the running clock. There's Zediker with it as the Maroons inbound the ball after the ball was poked away. Zediker off a ball screen, top of the key by Ellie Muller. They get it back to Zediker. Top of the key is Muller, and her running jumper is no good. Gets her own rebound. Ellie with it. Out to Tritton for 3. Up off the back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Southeast Polk comes away with it. Alyssa Bartlett. Bartlett the other way. Gets the ball in the corner to Ruddy, who's in there. It's Ruddy, Hins, Bartlett. Now on the lane, a shot up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Muller. Sloan Gaffney, number 23, also in there. Again, the Southeast Polk team has 9 freshmen on their roster. They're going to play quite a few of them. There's 3 minutes to play, and Dowling leading 51-17. Here's Ellie Muller. Has the ball poked away from Hins as she doubled down. Hins in the front court. They get it underneath to Ruddy. Can't get the shot off, and it's poked out of bounds by Dowling, getting back on defense there, Mike.
Another block. That time it was by Tritton on the layup inside. It's a nice fast break, though. They had a 3-on-1, but it was a nice defensive play by Layla.
The Rams inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Southeast Polk in their home white uniforms. Black trim with gold border. And now a turnover as ball picked up, a loose ball picked up by Zediker, and Dowling in the front court. And now we got a whistle. Bodies hit the floor. And we got a timeout on the floor, and I believe Dowling called it. So we'll see if this is a 30, and it looks like it is. 30-second timeout. Dowling 51, Southeast Polk 17. 2:34 left to go here in the third quarter. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert. And what say you, Mr. Burkert? The Maroons led 40-14 at halftime. And they've given up 3 points here in the third quarter. A 2-point basket by Alyssa Bartlett, and Vanderwert for Southeast Polk, 1 for 2 at the free throw line. That's it.
First half or third quarter is similar to the first half. Southeast Polk's 1 out of 9 so far in the first 5.5 minutes of the third quarter, and Dowling, what's that? 5 out of 7 from the 2-point.
Rams are 21% from the field at halftime, and it's trending down.
Yeah.
Dowling inbounds the ball. Olson inbounds the ball, checking in for the Maroons is Hallie Klein, number 21, a 6'1" sophomore. Now ball tied up. Olson's in the bottom of that. Hens has it and it's poked away, and finally Tui gets it. And we got a whistle and a loose ball foul on the Maroons in that scrum. That'll be on Ava Zediker, her first. So team foul number 3 on Dowling here in the second half. Southeast Polk with 2 team fouls. And now we got an offensive foul on the Rams. And they're going to whistle that on Bartlett, her third.
Yeah, she was trying to set a screen and got called for an offensive foul, which she doesn't believe she did. Has that look on her face like, you got to be kidding me.
May not be called during the summer, but it is when the high school ball starts. And let's see. Olivia Tui, the 5'9" junior, checks out for Southeast Polk. And the Rams are going to stay, looks like man-to-man. Hens is still in there, along with Berkeley Weiland, who checked in, number 11, 5'9" freshman. Maroons work underneath, and Tritton with the reverse layup. It's no good. Hens with the rebound. Outlet pass goes to Bartlett, who runs down court. Pull-up jumper, free throw line, good. Nice move, Alyssa Bartlett, her 8th point. 51-19 Dowling.
Southeast Polk has switched back to a 3-2 zone right now.
Now a long 3 up and good by Katie Moeller. They left her alone, and she's got 8 points. Her second 3 of the night. 54-19 Maroons. And we're at the running clock. Now a long 3, it's no good by Brooklyn Ruddy. Ball goes out of bounds. Am I missing something here? It should be running clock. Is my math off?
Should be.
Rams will inbound the ball with 1:21 remaining.
Your math is correct.
I had to use my toes, Mike, I will admit. I had to use my toes. And now Rams with a shot in the baseline. It's no good. Rebound Dowling. Outlet pass all the way down as Katie Moeller. Layup good. Rams didn't get back in time, and Katie gets the benefit of that. She has 10 points, so 3 in double figures for the Maroons tonight. 56-19 with a minute to play. That's over 35, right?
Yes, sir. +2.
Yeah, +2. And now the Rams inside. A shot up and good.
Now it's back to 35.
Bartlett with the basket. That's her 10th point. 56-21 Dowling. Runs a little high-low. Tritton to Ellie Moeller, and Moeller puts the shot up. It's no good. A rebound. Southeast Polk with 30 seconds left to go. Shot clock off, and they run in transition. A layup good by Berkeley Weiland. Cuts the score to 33. 56-23 Dowling. And the ball tipped out of bounds.
Southeast Polk went back into that 3-2 zone here, and Dowling didn't recognize it right away, and it threw it right to their hands.
All right, 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A long 3 by Bartlett from the top of the key. It's no good, and we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 56, Southeast Polk Rams 23. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Hamadale, and our studio producer tonight is Brady Grimm. We'll return for the fourth quarter here in Game 1, our girls contest, Dowling and Southeast Polk from the Southeast Polk Gym. 56-23 Maroons, and we'll return in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Welcome to Faith Check. Different Christian bodies today have many forms of church governance. In some churches, congregations vote to make decisions. In others, the church is run by a group of elders, and in still others, authority resides with a bishop. Now, all Christians point to Scripture to support their church structure, and it's very difficult to determine the precise way the early church was governed from the Bible alone. But in the year 110 AD, only about 50 years after most of the New Testament was written, St. Ignatius of Antioch described the early church leadership in his letters. Each area was governed by a single bishop, who was accompanied in his ministry by priests and deacons. Ignatius wrote, quote, "Let no one do anything of concern to the church without the bishop. Let that be considered a valid Eucharist, which is celebrated by the bishop or by one whom he appoints. This is pleasing to God, so that whatever is done may be secure and valid." Ignatius himself was with the Apostle John. So we have every reason to trust that this basic church structure, which the Roman Catholic Church preserves to this day, comes from the apostles themselves. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
All right, we're back here at Southeast Polk High School, underway in the fourth quarter. And our score, Dowling 56, Southeast Polk 23. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert. Maroons outscore the Rams 16-9 in that third quarter. After Dowling outscored the Rams 20-6 at the end of the first quarter and 20-8 in that second quarter. The Maroons led 40-14 at halftime, and now Dowling with the possession here as they go right to left towards the south basket here at the Southeast Polk Gym. Underneath Ellie Muller, and she misses the first one, but gets the rebound and put back up and good. Muller with 17 points. Now a steal by the Maroons. Dowling 3-on-2 the other way, and they saved the ball from going out of bounds, but they step on the baseline. It'll be Southeast Polk basketball. Mike?
Yeah, it looks like Southeast Polk has taken all their starters out and put 5 new people in. Dowling still playing with their starting lineup.
They may try to get a few more reps in. The Maroons don't play again until Friday, so the Maroons are well rested after having over 2 weeks off during that Christmas break, so you may see the Dowling starters stay in there a little longer. Rams with it. Here's Hallie Clark with it. Clark along with Allison Bogwell. 2 Bogwells on the roster. Both of them are sisters. And shot up and no good. Clark with the rebound. Now she kicks it out. Three-pointer good by Brooklyn Ruddy. The freshman hits her 9th three of the year. And it's 58-26 Dowling. Maroons work underneath, and that is Muller on the right block, shooting and scoring. 19 points for Ellie.
They've got that shot anytime they want it because Southeast Polk has nobody over, over about like 5'8" out there right now.
They do. They're with their roster, they have 16 young ladies on the roster, and 90% of them are 5'9", 5'8". They have 1 post player, and that's Vanderwoord at 6'1". All right, here's Ruddy with it. Off-balance shot in the lane, no good. Drew the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. This is Michael Joensen. Fouls on Dowling's Layla Tritton, her 3rd foul. And team foul number 1 here in the fourth quarter on the Maroons. Free throws coming for Ruddy, who's shooting 36% from the free throw line. The first free throw, no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bozen the Florist, and Construction Professionals. We appreciate their support. As Ruddy, the freshman's 2nd free throw is no good, and rebound Dowling. There's Ellie Muller on the rebound. Now they get in the front court to Zediker, to Olsen. Layup good. Zediker gets the assist, and Ellie Olsen the basket. That's her 4th point of the night. 62-26 Dowling. We're going to find out when we get a dead ball here, Mike, if they understand. Long 3 is no good if we have the running clock, because that should be in effect. I don't know if they got that squared away or not.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want it to run. I don't know. Here's Harnden for 3 in transition for the Maroons. Her shot's no good. Offensive rebound, Ellie Olsen. Maroons get a brand new shot clock here with 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. They lob it inside to Muller, and Ellie's shot from the left block good. She's got 21 points. Zediker with 24. And Katie Muller with 10. 3 players in double-figure scoring for the Maroons. Tritton with 5 points tonight. All right, here is Bogwell with it. Up top it goes to Ruddy. It worked the left wing. Running jumper is no good by Ruddy, and the rebound Dowling. Lob passes Zediker. Ava with it. Turnaround shot, left block, good.
It's almost like week 18 of the NFL season where you got to be careful you don't get anybody hurt, though.
Exactly. 26 points now for Zedeker, and I think they're going to see the Maroons start emptying their bench. They've gotten a good group of reps in, as we're going to see Maddie Rice check in. Macy Harnden will stay in.
And we do have a running clock now, Mark.
And Olivia Meredith in there for the Maroons, number 31, 5'8 junior. Rice, a 5'8 junior. And the Rams with it. Gaffney with it for the Rams. That is Sloan Gaffney, a 5'9 freshman. And it off to Ruddy. 5 on the shot clock. Rams got to shoot. Zuenhorst in there. A long 3 up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Katie Muller. Presley Zutenhorst with the miss. Now Dowling in transition. And the ball's tipped out of bounds by Southeast Polk. As we're going to see Nellie Johnson in the lineup for the Maroons. She'll replace Harnden. Sophia Anthony Bodie into the Dowling lineup, number 41. So Rice, Meredith, Johnson, and Anthony Bodie for the substitutes in the lineup. And now a bad pass by Dowling. Threw it away. Kaylee Klein is the 5th Maroon out there. Now for Johnson, Ella Wheatley, number 5, checking in. She is a 5'6 freshman. As the benches are starting to take effect. Presley Zuenhorst, number 24 with the basketball, top of the key. She works left. 66-26. Dowling by 40 with 2:20 remaining here in the 4th quarter of the Game 1, our girls contest. We'll have a brief post game. And we will have pregame for the boys contest. First meeting of the season between Dowling and Southeast Polk. They'll do it again at Dowling. I think it's later on this month or early February. Rams with it. This is Zuenhorst. Now we got a shot clock violation as the Rams lost track of time. Wheatley was dribbling it out. So that's a turnover on Southeast Polk.
She had a good dribble there, though.
Yeah. Dowling and Southeast Polk meet at Dowling on February 4th. It'll be the rematch between the two teams. All right, Dowling with the ball, and now we got to get the depth chart out for or the roster's out. Depth chart, you can throw it away. Here's Nellie Johnson with it for the Maroons. Nellie looking for a backdoor cut and finds Maddie Rice. Now in the corner for 3. It's no good by Sophia Anthony Bodie of Dowling. Rebound Southeast Polk. They get the ball down court to Sloan Gaffney. Her shot off the glass too strong, and the rebound out to Dowling. Now Anthony Bodie with it down the lane. Layup good. The basket will count, and a foul on Southeast Polk. Good move that time by Sophia Anthony Bodie, the 5'6 sophomore. Completes the basket and a potential and 1 here, Mike.
That's right. That's right. Another free throw we get to see.
Sloan Gaffney guilty of the foul. That's her first. Team foul number, is that the first foul?
Yeah, I think so.
On Southeast Polk here in the 4th quarter. Dowling with 1. And Sophia Anthony Bodie's free throw is good, so she completes the 3-point play. She has 3 points, and 69-26 Dowling. Maroons have won 5 of the last 6 matchups with the Rams. They lead the series 16-13, and that'll extend tonight. Following the Maroons win underneath, Kaylin Litweiler with the basket for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, if you had the under 10 free throws tonight, you would have won.
Well, I don't think anybody would have guessed that.
No.
69-28 Dowling, 30 seconds remaining. Shot clock at 18, 20 on the game clock. With it is Kaylee Klein on the baseline and loses it out of bounds. So it'll be Southeast Polk basketball with 10 seconds to play. See if the Rams can get a shot up before the horn sounds. And with the basketball is Carly Kielman, three-pointer no good. They'll wave it off. His last shot was taken by Izzy Bogwell. And our final score, 69-28. Dowling, a winner over Southeast Polk. And for the Maroons, they push their record to 8-2 on the season. Southeast Polk will fall to 4-6. Up next for the Maroons, Dowling will host Urbandale Friday night. We'll have that game on Iowa Catholic Radio, that doubleheader. For Southeast Polk, their next game is tomorrow night. And the Rams travel to Valley and take on the Valley Tigers in a girl-boy doubleheader tomorrow at the Valley Fieldhouse. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale. Hey, we're going to take a 2-minute break and come back. We'll total up the scoring and statistics of Game 1, our girls contest. Again, the final. Dowling 69, Southeast Polk 28. And we'll be back at the Southeast Polk Gym in 2 minutes here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
St. John Paul II would often say that the church must breathe with her two lungs, meaning that the church in the East and the West is one organic whole, and that both are necessary for the life and vitality of the one body of Christ. The Byzantine Catholic Eparchy of Parma consists of 12 Midwestern states, including Iowa. If you are a Byzantine Catholic or are interested in helping to grow Eastern Catholicism in Central Iowa, email Father Bruce Riebe, iowaaoutreach@parma.org. That's iowaaoutreach@parma.org.
Hi, this is Vern Steiner with the Emmaus Institute Bible Book in a Minute. The Bible that began with creation ends in new creation, climaxing in the cross of Christ. The book of Revelation sheds light on that great victory through a series of highly symbolic images depicting the conflict between God and Satan, good and evil. The point is not to entertain us with end-time events, but to encourage us to remain faithful to the end, whatever the cost. So let us worship Jesus the Lamb, keep ourselves pure from the world, and await Jesus' final triumph as King of Kings and Lord of Lords when he puts an end to all rebellion and dwells with his people forever in a new heaven and a new earth. Amen. Come, Lord Jesus. This has been your Bible Book in a Minute. For a closer look at Christ in the Scriptures, join us at EmmausInstitute.net.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Southeast Polk High School Gym here in Pleasant Hill, Iowa, eastern part of Polk County. All you folks that are listening on out of state, maybe down a little bit warmer and towards the south, Texas, Florida, Arizona, to name 3 states. Yeah, we had temperatures, we had sun out and temperatures in the 20s today, or lower 20s, and it's supposed to get back to single digits tonight. So there's our weather update. We missed that storm that hit Kansas City and Missouri, all that snow that they had and ice, but we got pretty unscathed and supposed to have a pretty decent week. Temperatures right around 20 and overnight lows in the single digits, but no snow. Friday there may be a chance when we have the Dowling-Urbandale game. They're saying snow, but shouldn't be too significant as of today. You know how that works, Mike.
Yeah. Well, last week I heard it was supposed to be negative something during the week with that polar vortex or something. That's next week?
That's next week. Nothing this week.
Serious?
Yeah. Oh, so we're going to kind of stay level, or they move that vortex up towards Canada where it belongs. So we won't be extremely in the below zero digits. Again, the final here in Game 1, Dowling 69, Southeast Polk 28. Dowling girls now 8-2 on the year. Southeast Polk falls to 4-6 as the Maroons had their way with the Rams. They led 40-14 at halftime and outscored the Rams 29-14 in the second half, including outscoring Southeast Polk 13-5. Dowling did in the fourth quarter over the Rams. You all set for your stats? Because we got they're ready for the second game. Here. Go right ahead, Mike.
Well, the tail of the tape was Dowling shot 52% overall for the game, 31 out of 59. From 2-point range, though, they were 28 out of 42, which is 67%. When they, going, inside, they were able to score at will. Now, 3-point, they were 3 of 17, which is untypical for them. Out-rebounded Southeast Polk 37-17. Turnovers were about even, 9 for Dowling, 10 for Southeast Polk. Again, Southeast Polk struggled in the field, 12 of 56, 21%. They were 1 of 12 from three-point range. The things we talked about, being keys to the game, Dowling got the transition out and made it a track meet, and they won the track meet. So Tom O'Donohue would be happy about that.
Yes, he would.
Yeah. But it was Dowling played their game. They used the things to their advantage with the length that they have and the ability, and Southeast Polk had nobody that could stop them inside when they actually got the ball inside. So.
Well, Dowling again improves its record to 8-2, and the Maroons, the visitors tonight, we'll take a look at. They had 3 players in double-figure scoring, led by Ava Zediker with 26 points, and she's coming off of her. She had a battle of virus, if you will, for the first part of the year. She's just starting to get really back in shape, and we got that directly from her dad, who almost was our halftime guest. We almost had him convinced to come in and talk about it, but he said no. So Andy Zediker, well, we'll table that. But Ava Zediker finishing with 26 points. She was followed by Ellie Muller with 21 points for the Maroons, and Katie Muller, her sister, 10 points. So the Maroons with 3 players in double figures, and rounding out scoring, Layla Tritton with 5 points, 4 points for Ellie Olson, as Dowling went 4 of 5 at the free throw line tonight. And for Southeast Polk, they had 1 player in double figures, led by Alyssa Bartlett with 10 points. 3 points for Brooklyn Ruddy off the bench for the Rams. She had their only 3-point basket that you mentioned, Mike. And then 2 points each for Margaret Johnson, Zoe Hins, Hallie Clark with 2 points, and Kaylin Litweiler with 2 points. Rams 1 for 4 at the free throw line. So we'll put that one in the books. Dowling will take on Urbandale. We'll have the game this Friday night, 6 o'clock pregame with tip-off around 6:15, unless Mr. Donahue chooses to go overtime once again in JV2 basketball.
I don't think he wants to do that.
Mike Burkert, thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll talk to you Friday. It's good to see you, and once again, Happy New Year to you and your family.
You too, Mark. Thanks. It was a pleasure working with you, and we'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, it's a little different looking through the bars here up here in the track, but our colleague next to us, Mr. Paul Yeager and Dar Danielson, doing the live stream here at Southeast Polk, they're doing the same thing. We're looking through the bars. But
they at least have a monitor in front of them, though.
They got the replay monitor. Yeah, that's true.
Cheat sheet there.
They do, but we managed. Everything balanced out, and that's all that counts. All right, Mike, we'll talk to you on Friday. So my broadcast partner, Mike Burkert, joining me tonight. This is Mark Amadale. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back with Mr. Jimmy Cataldo. We'll preview the boys' game between Dowling and Southeast Polk. Again, the girls' final. Dowling Catholic 69, Southeast Polk 28. And from the Southeast Polk Gym, we'll return with the boys' action in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.